Hey everybody, and welcome back to Everything Cars Gaming. And in today's video, I'm going to be discussing what passes and things are worth buying in Greenville, Wisconsin Roblox for Robux. If you guys don't know, there are quite a few game passes in this game. If we come over here, we can go over here to game passes, and we can see there is a ton of game passes. I happen to own every single one of them, and we also have some other types of passes as well, such as boombox radio and premium customization pass. And today I'm going to be discussing if these are worth it, if you should spend Robux on these things, and are they worth it, or are you better off saving Robux for other things. So I think the first thing we're going to go over is should I get a private server. I have a private server, and it is 25 Robux a month. And basically, private server allows you to have a server to yourself. And I don't think this is really necessary unless you film content. Mainly because, outside of filming content, it's kind of boring to be in an empty server anyway, in my opinion. And also, there's really just not many other use cases for this unless you film content, unless you would like to host a roleplay session or things like that. Now, I don't think for 25 Robux a month, it's not bad, and you actually get a ton of controls. You can control the time, you can control the weather, things like that. You also, of course, get a server with 0 people, and you can make, announcements to the server. If you were role-playing, you can make announcements. So there are quite a few benefits, and it really just helps for filming, like in this case. So, I would definitely consider, getting one if you film like me and you're interested in making content. So that is, I guess, the first thing I was going to talk about. And, I'm trying to think here. One more thing I would like to add is that you can set your private server settings to a setting where you can have just you or just friends be able to join. So it is worth noting that I do have mine set to the where friends can join setting. So I do sometimes get friends join, but other than that, it's pretty private to just you. But now it is time to get into the actual game passes themselves. We're going to go over here to game passes, and we're going to start off with the first game pass, which is sports vehicle access. And what I'm going to first show you guys is how many cars have game passes. And what Greenville started doing is they have started doing this thing where you actually only need one of 2 game passes. So you can see we're looking at this Lancia, and it is available with classic or sports. So in some cases, you don't really need to get multiple game passes anymore. But some cars don't even require game passes. Others require only one. So should I get the sports game pass? If we come over here and we put in sports game pass, this is what you get access to. And I would recommend the sports game pass. If you only have access to 1 or 2 game passes, I'd say the ones you should get are sports or luxury. I'd especially say sports because you can get a lot of cars for sports game pass, a lot of BMWs, a lot of Mercedes-Benz products, and you don't even need the luxury pass for some of these because most of these you can still get with luxury or sports. And those are my top 2 favorite game passes, the luxury or sports game pass. So that is what I would recommend getting the most because it comes with some pretty good options, and it's a good game pass to have, and I like it quite a bit. The next game pass we're going to check out is let's see here, luxury vehicles access. So like I just said, I would recommend that, even though it is worth noting a good chunk of luxury cars are also available with sports game pass. So definitely check that before you get it. Back when I bought all these game passes, that wasn't a thing yet, and that's why I have all of these. But next thing we have is more vehicle storage. This is 100% worth it. I would definitely get this if you buy a lot of cars in this game. If you don't frequently play this game and you only have 5 or so cars, then I wouldn't bother. But if you're constantly playing this game and you like to collect limiteds and off sales and are constantly getting new cars, you're going to want the extra storage. It's going to be worth it, and I'd recommend getting it. Next thing is Premium Customization Pass. And I would 100% recommend Premium Customization. I'll show you guys how many things you can do with Premium Customization. If we come over here to Premium Customization, as you can see, you have different paint colors and different options in that aspect. You can lower your car. You can change the offset. You can change the dynamics, all of this stuff. You can add parts and some examples for newer cars. You can pick a license plate. This is 100% a worth it Game Pass if you are looking to customize cars and make cool builds. You're definitely going to want to get this Game Pass. I would recommend it. I like it, and it's pretty useful for sure. So, moving on, let's take the other Game Passes. Next one we have here is Zero Emissions and Vehicles Access. So, Zero Emissions Vehicles just means EVs, and this one's not that important. I'm not sure if I'd 100% get it. As you can see, there's not a ton of zero emissions cars in this game. There are a few cool ones like the Rolls-Royce Spectre, but I wouldn't 100% bother with this Game Pass. I mean, if you can get it, I would get it, because I do like having access to like every single car, regardless of Game Pass. But if you're on a budget in terms of Robux, and you could only get so many things, then this would maybe be a pass that I would just scratch. Now, it is worth noting, most of the zero emissions cars are zero emissions only, so like you can't get them with something else. This particular car, the Roadster, if you get the Sports Game Pass, you'll also have access to this. But most of these other vehicles, you don't get access to them unless you have this one particular Game Pass. It's not, in my opinion, the most needed Game Pass, but I would definitely recommend if you like electric vehicles. Sorry, taking a drink of water there. Now let's look at, let's go back here to Game Passes. The next one we have is luxury vehicles. We already said that. Classic vehicles access. This is another one that I would say I would not personally get. There's not a ton of classic cars in this game, and a lot of the classic cars, they're kind of older. Well, obviously they're older, but they're not as fast, and I don't know. I'm not sure I would really get this Game Pass. There's not a ton of like great stuff in my opinion. Obviously, to get access to like these classic Lamborghinis and stuff, which is pretty cool. And you can also get access to a lot of these by getting the Sports Game Pass. So, Sports is a good Game Pass to get because it covers a lot of different vehicle types in one, so you can get quite a few cars regardless of pass by just getting that. So I would really recommend Sports, but Classic is fine as well. Keep clicking the wrong thing. Next we have Public Services. Public Services, again, this is one that like is not the most important. It does give you access to get police cars, which I think if you like role-playing and you like being police, that is a great option. But really the only thing this gives you access to is police cars, and that's about it. So if you're not really interested in, doing a dot job or being a police in a roleplay server, this is one that I would just not bother getting. Next and final one we have is the Boombox Radio. And I have this, and I'm not going to play any songs because I don't want to get copyrighted, but I'm just going to outright say not necessary at all. I would not get the Boombox Radio. It's not really that important, and I barely use it, and I have it. So this is one Game Pass that I just not even bother getting at all. especially because we have regular radio in the car anyway. So I don't know. That's my opinion. I hope you all like this video, and let me know what you guys think about these game passes. Would you get these? Would you not? I think most of them are good. I think a lot of the game passes in Greenville are a good value. I think we get a lot. And I'll just look at the car you want to get and say, okay, what game passes does this car require? Because in some cases, or in a lot of cases, you don't need to get a lot of game passes at all. You can just get one or two and mainly be able to get access to a lot of cool cars. And obviously, this also depends on your preference. If you like luxury cars or classic cars more, maybe you like electric cars more. So like, you can kind of pick and choose what you get. But those are what I would choose if I were getting game passes and I could only get a few. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, I'm glad, and thank you all for watching.